All right, we are back. It is time for game number 3, and off the break, we are going to be following the Fantasy Squad. They're down 2-0 to Optic Gaming. Let's jump on board with Credo. Excuse my sloppy switching. Credo, he's had a few streaks where he can get some nice double kills, but no one on this fantasy lineup has really been able to go majorly positive in any of the rounds, any of the games. So, I'm looking for one player to step up in game number 1. You were hoping that Credo would be the guy. I'm hoping that's the case here in game 3 on Blitz.
So right now he's actually using this hybrid sight with the Remington, and what it's going to do is, if he wants to take some long-range shots, he can use that thermal sight. If he wants to, just pull out his red dot, get some easy kills with some head glitches, you can pull out that red dot sight. So the hybrid sight, really the solid thing to use, especially on maps like this. There's a lot of head glitches, sort of scope out the area, scope out the opponents, and take them out.
And it looks like Zaptros will be able to get one, but not both Optic members, as it is going to be Embos sliding in for the first cap of the game. Nice kills from Zaptros up top, but there are more players threatening at the Fantasy base. This one is going to be Clayster.
Yeah, so right now, Fantasy is actually neglecting this right side American. We see a player here by Zigzag just sitting in a corner. If this player actually ran all the way around American, he would be able to get a cap easily. But, obviously he can't see the minimap we're looking at.
Nice play,
Clayster actually going to take him out. And Clayster should have an open road here. He actually has one gunfight to win by this guy in the truck and to throw his Semtex, and he actually gets taken out. But Khalifa playing some solid defense. Although he's 1-4, he's doing what he has to do. He's holding on this American side while his teammate pushes it out, and he actually spots him. A little late reaction time, though, if you ask me. But that's something that everybody can work on. And there's actually a player from Optic about to enter Diamond. I believe that is Scump. So Scumpy actually running into Diamond right now. He has to take out pretty much the whole team. There's about 3 people watching this flag. I guess a player just comes left.
He's just going to wait a second for his teammates. Unfortunately, a player did take out his teammate over at American, and Scump goes down as well. Let's jump on board, though, with Embos. And talk to me about Embos. When you played with him, what was his role on the squad?
Well, to be honest, I haven't played with him as a teammate since Black Ops 2. When I did play with him, he was that player that just took risks, and he was the risk taker. And most of the time they'd work. Sometimes they wouldn't, but sometimes you have to take risks in competitive Call of Duty to get your outcome. Unfortunately, a player just snuck past Embos. That's gonna give Fantasy a capture, tying the game up at 1. And Zaptros, the man's 8-2. The man's stepping up when he has to. Just try to keep Fantasy in the game right now.
We will jump on board with him in a minute, but first, here is Nade Shot with the Remington. You can see Zaptros playing the lone defensive role. Everyone else kind of pushing out of the base, and Zaptros is going to have his hands full. All 4 Optic members at his base. Nade Shot there. Scumpy is going to go through, and Nade is going to continue to slay, setting up for their 3rd capture. It's tied 2-2. Even though Optic Gaming's outslaying their opponent, we do have to give some credit. Zaptros doing some solid defense, and the captures coming from Credo and Khalifa.
With Clayster real quick. Clayster's actually in their base, about to hop in from the truck on this, but he may be contested from these players in the Diamond window. Yeah, so should be able to get a few kills here. And these players are spawning in Diamond, right now. They're trapped in Diamond. They're trapped in this Diamond alley. And Clayster's literally just using the truck as a head glitch to kill players rotating back. And if he wants to, he can jump right from that truck right into the portal.
And they got Scumpy there too. And if you guys were watching Thursday's broadcast of Optic versus Denial, basically what the game plan is for Optic is Clayster and Scumpy get set up for the spawn traps, and Embos and Nade Shot will just continuously run the objective here on Blitz. I don't think Clay is going to get off the top of this bus until he is out of ammo. Only 14 bullets left in that clip.
So what Clay is doing, Clay's giving time to his teammates to come back while he's just slaying the opponents. Right now, he actually has a 2nd weapon. So I think what he wants to do is get a submachine gun, or an AR, but he had his streak there.
Bonus.
The man's 15-3. He just picked up a scavenger pack. So the man's doing work. He actually has more ammo in his AR, and the last thing you want is an assault rifle in Clayster's hands.
And there you can just see the super fast reload, as well as all of these perks are coming into action. Scumpy right behind him at 13-6. Clayster, though, leading the charge, 16-3 and a capture. Most of this part of his 11-point spree from when he got top of that truck, and he got there by fighting his way right through here. American, the left side of this map has been left wide open by Fantasy, and it seems they're almost scared to challenge Clay over here.
Yeah, so Clay's here just playing his role, picking off players from a distance, not allowing himself to put himself in positions where these players can outgun him. The man has an open road right now to the capture. I don't think he knows this, though. Once again, he can't see what we see. So he actually has a cap right here, making this 8-2. Optic has time for one more capture as well as Fantasy, but I don't see it happening. And Clayster is 17-3, about to head to the second side with a specialist bonus.
This is ridiculous from Clay. 17, 3-2, a 13-point streak here from the vocal leader of Optic Gaming.
We have to stay on board with him, Bucket. There's
Have
no
to.
way we can leave this man hanging because this man is 17-3 in blitz. We saw him go on a 12-point spree right there. This guy's a specialist bonus going into the second side, and we can see a 30-kill game, maybe even more if this man keeps it up.
Clay is the player to watch at the moment. Scumpy right behind him by 1 kill at 16-8 as well. And at the start, Clay looks like he's a little bit late to the action. Let's jump on board with Scumpy.
Yes, so Scumpy right now pushing this loading dock side. He has this submachine gun, and Clayster still AFK. I'm confused with what's going on here. Finally, Clayster starts playing. So as soon as Scumpy dies, we can get back on board with Clay. Scump may have an early capture right here. Yeah. Scump may actually have a capture on this portal right now. He has a pretty much free, zone, but he actually ends up getting that, and Clayster 19-3 now. Already 2 kills. That's what we saw him before.
I'll give you
and
that,
look
Clay.
at all these players in front of him.
He can't get to him, though. That's Scumpy stealing the kills from the middle of the map. These two are simply outslaying the entire fantasy squad, getting shut down. 19 kills for Clay, 18 for Scumpy. Both super incredible aim, and the reactions are on point. They have the middle of the map and far right side of the map locked down.
Yeah, so Clayster right now holding this far right. What he doesn't realize is he's actually blocking these spawns over here to the right as of now. So unless these Optic members can push out this loading dock side and get that back white truck, these players are going to keep spawning near their flag. But Clayster, he doesn't care. The man's like, I'm going to go get some more kills. I'm throwing nades at the flag. I'm 19-3. No one's stopping me now, and he's just going in for blood.
Clay's looking right, but they come from the mid, and Clay finally goes down. So does Embo's. Nade shot knows he needs to get some defensive kills. There's a kill on one of the spawners, but the action's going to be mid-street and far right. Nade spotting a player just for a second. Shots coming in. He's able to stay alive, and I like Optic's plan. If you look at the mini-map, they have a total map spread. They had a player far left, middle, and Nade on the far right. I don't see anyone from Fantasy getting by unless this one player, it looks like that's going to be Khalifa, can't sneak behind enemy lines.
Yeah, so Clayster right now just sitting top jug, just slaying everything in his sight right now. There's one more player pushing American. Soul actually takes out Embos. Clayster is actually going to be able to beat Soul here, so he should be able to kill him if he comes out of American. All these fantasy players besides Soul, well, no longer Soul, are pushed back in their base, and it's 11-2, and things are looking really grim for them right now, Puckett.
Yeah, let's go back on board with Clay. He had a 13 kill spree. Now he's starting fresh with a 14, 23-4. 2 captures to his name. Phenomenal statistics. And Nade shot also 10-4-2, just being very patient, holding down the opposite side of the map. And Embo seems to be the lone player that is focusing on blitz scores. They don't need a blowout win. They just want to feel comfortable with map control. And honestly, I think that is the best approach. Treat this as if it is round number 6 and that your Call of Duty regional championship spot is on the line.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, all these players, they realize how significant this qualifier is, and Optic, they're getting right to the bone. These guys are just slaying, and they're not giving up. But Clayster, 25-5, Scump, 26-12. These 2 players slaying together. I mean, can you picture 2 better players on a team that can slay like this, besides maybe Karma in the mix?
It's pretty scary, man. I'm liking the stuns. Semtex just forcing opponents back. Even the kill as he scores. Man, this is looking so good. 27, 27, 11, and 11 are the kills. On the opposite side, grand total of 40 kills being scored, with 12 being the highest for any single player.
Yeah, so I mean, right now, just looking at the scoreboard, this is absolute domination right now. It's pretty much mathematically impossible for Optic to lose this at this point, and Optic actually sweeps this team and ends up beating them 3-0. Fantasy going to fall a little short. Unfortunately, Fantasy can come back and watch the VODs, see what they did wrong and sort of fix their mistakes, and maybe come back in the next week's qualifier. And,
after watching Optic like this, you would never guess that they were taken all the way to Game 5 in the previous round.
Oh, yeah, no way.
Great way to bounce back and put on a strong performance for the fans here on the live
stream. All right,
stream.
The question is now, who's going to get more kills, Clayster or Scumpy?
Scump.
Scump?
Yeah.
I'm going to go with Clay.
You going Clay?
Pistachio challenge?
Pistachio bet, let's go.
All right. Right now it's 29. Oh, they're at 30 apiece.
30s.
This is going to be...
The 30s.
This is going to be crazy. Oh, no.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, go
no.
get them spawners.
They're all spawning by
Go
Scump.
get them spawners,
no.
Scumpy. Get
no.
them.
No, Scump.
30
no.
seconds left.
Down,
Scump,
boy.
1 point advantage.
No, come on. No,
Here
no,
we
no,
go.
no.
2-point advantage.
No, 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 no. Come on. Come on, Clay. Come
Look
on,
to the
Clay.
right, Scump. Get
Clay, look
that.
to your left. No, come on, Clay. All right, listen.
Clay fell down. Uh-oh.
Let's go, Clayster. Let's go, Clayster.
If you guys are just joining the stream, basically Methods and I are making some small bets all day long. Whoever has the most points in our bets at the end of the
Darn
day
it.
owes the other a delicious bag of salted pistachios.
So right now, the score is 3-2, me.
3-2.
So I'm up on the bets 3-2. And right now, I am owning the bag of pistachios.
I'm stealing that bag. It's going to be pretty darn easy. But
Think so?
regardless of who eats pistachios later, we need to congratulate Optic Gaming. They move on to round number 5. They 3-0 sweep, including a 6-0 domination on Search and Destroy. Fantasy, they're going to have to try again next week. And also, I want to give a shout out to the old men of Optic Gaming. Not just their starting lineup here in the esports scene, but also Hector, the owner and manager of Optic, is playing with Fwiz and playing with Jay
Diesel.
and Diesel.
Sometimes they throw J
And
Cap in
these
the
guys, they've been practicing quite a bit recently. They've moved on to round number 4 as well. Best of luck to them as they continue in the tournament. Guys, we're going to commercial break. When we come back, we'll have more matches from the U.S. preliminary qualifier, most likely round 4, but potentially around 5, where things are going to get very interesting. We'll be back after this.